and today we're gonna read The Magic Tree of Merlin Missions to Haunted Castle on Hallows Eve. And today we're gonna start it at chapter 1 because I started this book today and I will be reading at chapter 3, okay? And now are you ready to read this one book with a lot of stories? And now here we go. And first you can read The Magic Tree of Merlin Missions to Haunted Castle on Hallows Eve. Chapter 1, All Hallows Eve. Maybe I should be vampire instead of princess, said Annie. She and Jack are sitting on their front porch. A cool breeze whispered in the trees. Autumn leaves rolled to the ground. But you already have your princess costume, said Jack. Besides, you're a vampire at last Halloween. I know, but I want to wear my big teeth again, said Annie. So wear your big teeth and be a vampire princess, said Jack. He stood up. I'm going to put my gold makeup now. Hurrah, old man, said Jack. A giant black bird swooped down to the ground. The bird scrawled through the fallen leaves. His feathers gathered instead of the golden afternoon night. Wow, is that a crow? Said Annie. It's too big for the crow, said Jack. I think it might be a raven. A raven? Said Annie. Cool. The raven lifted his stick and held and stared at them into their bright eyes. And Jack held his breath. The birds hopped forward, and it left its great black wings that lifted into the air. And he girded into the autumn sky and handed down to the Frog Creek woods. And Annie jumped up. It's a sign Morgan's back, she said. You're right, said Jack. Let's go. Jack and Annie hurried across their front yard, crunching through their leaves. And they ran up to the street and into the Frog Creek woods. And they came to the tallest oak. They saw their rope ladder staying in the wind. The magic tree was waiting for them. Just as he thought, said Annie, smiling. Jack followed her up to the ladder. When they climbed inside to their house, there's no sign of Morgan Le Fay, the interest from the kingdom of Camelot. That's weird, said Jack, looking around. The wind blew hard again, shaking their tree branches. A huge yellow leaf fluttered through the open window and came to rest at Jack's feet. Oh man, he said, look at this. What? Said Annie. Jack picked up the leaf. There's still writing on the ladder, said Kirby. Old-fashioned. Oh, wow, whispered Annie. What does it say? Jack held up a leaf from their treehouse window, and the fading light he read aloud. To Jack and Annie of Frog Creek, on All Hallows Eve. Look for me in my heart of the oak. M. M? What is the M mean? Morgan Le Fay or some of a kind of more kind of characters here at this book? I think it's Morgan because everybody started with M. Might be didn't know Jack and Annie might be because when they never seen Jack and Annie and just heard about their name, they don't know they're very good at the mystery and adventures, so it might be Morgan Le Fay. M, says Annie. Morgan never signs their message with M. Right, said Jack, but Merlin does, they said together. Oh, I think it's Merlin missions. Like when he sent us invitations to spend the Christmas in Camelot, said Annie. She pointed to the royal invitation that still lay on the corner of the treehouse. Now he's inviting us on Halloween, said Jack. Halloween was called All Hallows Eve a long time ago. I know, said Annie. We have to go. Of course, said Jack. There's no way that could turn into their invitation from the magician of all the time. But how do we get there? I'll bet our invitation will take us, said Annie, like when we went to the King Arthur's castle on Christmas Eve. Good idea, said Jack. He pointed to the fancy writing on leaf. I wish we could go, to where the leaf invitation came from, said Annie. Right, said Jack. The wind began to blow. The treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster, and everything was still, absolutely still. Now it's chapter 2, the heart of the Ankh. Now, Jack and Annie are at somewhere where the royal invitation had came. Jack opened his eyes. A chilly wind blew into the treehouse. Ankh leaves swirled outside the window. Look, we have our costumes, said Annie. I'm not a princess or a vampire. Jack looked at their clothes. He was wearing a knee-length tunic and tights. Annie was wearing a long dress with an apron. Camelot costumes, Jack said softly. They looked at their wind together. They were behind the huge elm tree with a thick forest. The afternoon sun was low in the autumn sky. So, what do we do now? Said Jack. The invitation says we are supposed to meet a Merlin and a heart of oak. Now they need to find someone, give the invitation, I think. And yeah, but what's that mean? Said Jack, swirling the heart of an oak. Let's go down and try to figure it out, said Annie. She carefully placed her invitation in the corner of the treehouse. Then she and Jack climbed down to the rope ladder and they stepped it into the lifted ground. The fleeting daylight day began to skirling of a base of a giant oak. When they walked all the way around until they came to the rope ladder again. We're back where we started, said Jack. We never find a hurt. Wait a minute, said Annie. What's that? She opened the long crack and a bark of the tree trunk. A sliver of the light became into the coming from the crack. Jack touched it, the bunk around the light. He pushed it, the crack got bigger. It's a secret door. Oh, at the bottom of the big oak tree was a secret door. It's correct. So Jack and Annie just think it's just a crack first time, but now it's a secret door open. Now Jack and Annie can go inside and find someone or find some magical things. And he pushed it harder. Crack! A tall, narrow door swung into the tree. Light streamed from inside. We found it, whispered Annie, the heart of the oak. Jack nodded. Let's go in, said Annie. They slipped through the narrow and the doorway to the big bright of the hollow from the tree trunk. Jack couldn't believe his eyes. The round room was lit with hundreds of candles and shadows dancing in the copper brown walls. Oh, they have candles because it's a night time at this country. And the light make a shadow, so there's a lot of spooky shadows there inside the oak tree. And this isn't possible, thought Jack. The heart of the oak seemed much bigger than the trees itself. Welcome, said a deep, whispery voice. and they turned around. They saw an old man sitting in the cover of the wooden chair. "Oh, Jack and Annie, find someone." And he had a long white beard and wore a red cloak. "Hi, Merlin," said Annie. "Hello, Annie. Hello, Jack. It is good to see you again," the magician said. "I'm grateful for the help you give on a Christmas Eve in the Camelot. Now, Morgan and I believe you might be able to help us again." "We'd love to," said Annie. "The whole future of our kingdom depends." "Open your sauces," said Merlin. "Are you sure you want us?" Jack said. "I mean, we're just kids." Yes, Jack and Annie are just ordinary kids, but just have fun the magic treehouse and be the magician. But when it's a very hard mission, then Jack and Annie don't maybe do that all because they're not really a magician. "You have passed many tests for Morgan," said Merlin. "Are you not the master librarians and the magicians of every magic?" Jack nodded. "Yes, we are," he said. "Good. You will need all your skills on this mission," said Merlin. You will also need a helper and guide from our word, the word of magic and linked. "Are you coming with us?" said Annie. "No," the magician said. "Your guide should be one much younger than I. He is in my library now, and yesterday he brought me some of the books and I have recalls from Morgan's library." Merlin rose from the chair. "Come," he said, landing to the door and closed the door. He opened it and stepped into another room. Jack and Annie followed him. The musty room filled with scores and accents. Look at a book sitting in the floor of the boy about 11 and 12 years old. He was reading by the light of the lantern. "Your helper guide," Merlin said to the Jack and Annie. "Oh, I remember this guy. Look, we saw at the normal magic treehouse book. Here, this white beard man. This man is a very old man helping Jack and Annie and friend Morgan. And oh, wow. Your helper guide," Merlin said to Jack and Annie. The boy looked up. He had a friendly, frantic face and dark, twinkly eyes. He broke into a big grin. "Arf, arf," he said. "Teddy!" cried Danny. "Oh, we saw it, the normal magic treehouse book. It's Teddy the dog. The guide dog. It's a magician dog." Jack couldn't believe it. The helper was the young circuser who was training from Morgan's upper times. Merlin, for once, looked surprised. "You already know each other?" he said. "Yes, I met a while ago and I accidentally changed myself into the dog," said Teddy. And Morgan wanted to teach Teddy a lesson. Morgan wanted to teach Teddy a lesson, explained Danny. So she sent us on their 4 treehouse stories before she changed him back to the boy. We saved us on our Titanic, and we saved on the Buffalo Stampede, and from a tiger in India, said Jack, and a forest in fire in Australia. Oh, Teddy have helped a lot of time at the Magic Treehouse book. "Wonders of journeys indeed," said Merlin. "I'm glad you're ready, friends. Your friendship may help on your mission." "What is our mission?" said Annie. "We're now We are now in one of the outing of the limbs of the Camlet, said Morgan. Beyond this woods lies the castle of Duke. Merlin leaned forward and there is about to tell them something really scary. It will be your mission, he said, to bring her order to the Duke's castle. Merlin sat back to his chair. His gaze was clam, but the furnace light shone in his eyes. Bring order to the castle? Like Jack. Is that all? Who messed it up, sir? Said Annie. You will find soon enough, said Merlin. We accept our amazement galley, said Teddy. We accept our amazement galley, said Teddy. The mission will be done in our affair. Merlin fixed it and gave some Teddy. Perhaps, he said. But a warning, my boy, you're hasty and careless with your magic remarks on their mission, and you must choose all your words wisely. Indeed I will, said Teddy. And Merlin turned into Jack and Annie. And a warning to you two, he said. You're about to enter a tunnel of fear. For kicks on the wall, with a courage you will come to the light. Tunnel of fear? Jack lied. Merlin picked it up from the lantern and handed it to Teddy. The Duke of the castle was lost to the gift. Go quickly, he said. Order must be restored as if possible. Teddy nodded at Merlin, and he was turned into Jack and Annie, a Duke castle. He led them out. He said, and he led him out of the heart of the Now chapter 3, rock. Now tomorrow we'll be starting at chapter 3 and then reading at chapter 6 maybe. Okay? And now, did you have fun? You lost English country will be come back with some of these books, but not this story because there might be a new chapter to read, so you'll be very excited to reading new chapters. Now bye everybody, and if you like my YouTube, please thumbs up my YouTube. Now bye everybody. Have a nice day. Bye.